Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It is me, Kia Simone, and we are here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. This week went by pretty fast for me, and this review will probably go by pretty fast for you because I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm approaching that phase where it's like I watched the show with the stank face the entire episode. I mean, for me, when I first got into the show, it seemed very organic. It was an organic unraveling. And now the drama just seems very contrived and manufactured and quite unnecessary. And so it's kind of losing me. Like, I'm losing my grip on this show. But here I go. So the episode picks up right where we left off last week, which is in the middle of this pool fight between Kimmy and Marceau. And Kimmy is basically saying she corrects Jalen all the time. Marceau is saying she never thinks Jalen is wrong. And Maurice finally jumps in to defend his wife. He is very vehement in expressing that Kimmy corrects Jalen all the time. And Marceau says, well, of course, because she's his mother. And Maurice is like, no, she's correcting him to help make your business better. Marceau is the king of deflection. He just does not take accountability for anything. And the fact that there are failures in his restaurant, cigar lounge, whatever it's supposed to be, he just will not take accountability for. We're now deflecting on this whole point about whether Jalen is disrespectful in this text to Tisha. I really don't care. Based on the conditions and circumstances that they left Jalen in, any energy Jalen got for them, they deserve, period. Kimmy and Tisha decide to make up. Tisha takes accountability for harping on every little thing and letting her mama put a battery in her back. Kimmy accepts her apology, they hug, and they move on, and I would like to too. So the next morning, everybody's in the kitchen, they're cooking breakfast, everybody's kicking it. Marceau done got so drunk last night that he don't remember going to bed or Tisha leaving him outside. Okay, go figure. They are all sitting around eating breakfast. Kimmy poses the question about whether Mel is coming. And so Marceau's like, well, why are you asking in Martell's direction? And Kimmy's like, well, I'm asking the entire table. I'm just asking. And so Martell says, well, I talked to her yesterday. I don't think she's coming. I don't know. And so Tiffany says something about how often he talks to Mel. She says something about, oh, you talk to your baby's mama. I'm tired of Tiffany ass. I'm real tired. Tiffany is the type of person who is fundamentally nasty and fundamentally disrespectful. You don't have any real respect for marriage or family, which is why you would do something like force a man to marry you in some surprise televised wedding, because it don't really mean nothing to you. It's an antic. It's a status. You don't understand what marriage is, which is why you think you can call somebody's ex-wife and mother of their children a baby mama. Tiffany gets on my nerves. And I was so glad that Martell corrected her and said, oh, you talking about Mel? He's like, Mel is not my baby mama. Mel is my ex-wife. Now, I got a baby mama, but it wouldn't be Mel. Me and Mel were married and had children together. That's my ex-wife and the mother of my kids. So after breakfast, Kimmy and Martell are in the kitchen cleaning up, and Kimmy uses this opportunity to ask Martell, about how he's doing in post-divorce life and if he thinks he and Mel will ever get back together. And Martell makes a good point in his confession. He was like, I don't know why everybody thinks I always want to talk about the divorce thing, the relationship thing, the what's your next move thing. And I get that. When you've been through something that is very hurtful and traumatic, even if it's your own fault, you don't want to relive that experience constantly. You don't want to constantly be talking about that and bringing that back up and let me live, let me move on, let me be happy again. I don't want to stay stuck in that place. And so I respect that for the both of them. Then they waste our time with Lewis and Tiffany on our screen, carrying on, going back and forth about Lewis took the son to get a haircut and Tiffany wasn't included or involved. They talking about big grown rusty people. They ain't talking about no 1 or 2 year old. This ain't a first haircut. This ain't none of that. And this is all that they could come up with to create TV time for them. And you mean to tell me they interviewed multiple couples and this was the best couple? That's it. I cannot with them on my screen. So fast forward to they all getting ready to go out and Mel shows up. Martell looks equally surprised and happy. You know, he looked like he liked what his eyes see. Okay. And, you know, Mel comes in and she comes in hugging everybody and hey, you know, the whole, I'm really happy to be here and I have to be especially happy because my ex is in the room and so I need to shine right now. That kind of moment, you know. So they kind of throw the whole room thing out there that there aren't enough rooms for everybody to have their own room. And they tease Mel and Martell that they may have to share a room. And Martell kind of, you know, he laughs and jokes, but he's like, yeah, no, we don't have to share a room. There's another room back there. I think because he knows the curse out was coming. You know she don't want no damn room with you. And she's literally just trying to look happy and cordial in front of everyone. So Mel is also looking for Destiny, who has not arrived yet, because she needs Destiny to be a buffer. So here's my thing. When you come in with this whole, at 35 years old, you need Destiny to be there as a buffer, you're coming in with intention and expectation to have some chaos, period. And we sure enough had that. This trip also was Mel's opportunity to prove herself a liar, okay? She stood in the kitchen taking shots with Tiffany and Tisha and pretended like she was kind of surprised to see Martell. That, you know, it would have been better to tell me before I had booked my ticket. Well, baby, we just saw you an episode or two ago talking to Destiny about the fact that Martell was going to be there. You knew he was going to be there. Like, please stop. Like, this is the whole setup for the explosion. Like, I'm going to pretend that I'm so caught off guard by seeing him and it's triggered so many emotions. Like, please, play with somebody else. This is one of the very rare occasions where I agree with Tisha. Where Tisha is like, I don't know how she didn't know. Tisha, she lying. She lying. Like, you ain't got a whole lot going on up here, so don't over-engage yourself with trying to figure it out because she lying. So they all take shots. Everybody loads up on the buses. The guys on one bus, the girls on another bus, and they're off to the surprise activity that Tisha has set up for them. So while they're on the buses, the guys get to talking, led by Marceau, about how difficult it is to be divorced. Marceau is the only one that does not have a clue what it's like to be divorced. Marceau seems real interested as of lately in divorce and what divorce life is like and how hard it looks like it must be, and, you know, this whole conversation, he literally is arguing these guys down about why get divorced and about why not just stay married. And yeah, you should just stay in it for the kids. If you stay in it for the kids, so what? So what's the big deal? And my aunt gave me this advice on my wedding night about how sometimes people just stay together for the kids, but then when you look back on it years later, you thank God for the kids because that's what made you hold on when there was nothing to hold on to. And, you know, and it's worth it, you know, years and years down the line, whereas it might not be worth it for a while, you know, early or in the middle of the marriage. And Maurice over there looking like, well, you suffer all your life if you want to. And it feels to me like more than anything, Marceau is trying to convince himself that staying married is the best thing to do. he is trying to convince himself that it ain't worth it. But I do want to say this, because I personally, now I'm not married. I've never been married. Yes, that is by choice. I am not a person that encourages or condones staying in a miserable relationship for the sake of children. Most of the time, you are going to do more harm to those children than help them, in terms of you want them to have a two-parent home, but the two-parent home is toxic. You know, I know a whole lot of adults recovering from childhood issues in two-parent homes. Whereas, had those two parents separated and gone their way to become better individuals, they would have raised better individuals. But what do I know? So on the other bus, the ladies are asking Mel about, how she feels about being there with Martell, about if they're working on having a friendship and things of that nature, and she's talking about the fact that she just came from her video shoot. She tells them no, she is not. She's not in a place for friendship with Martell. They're not even working on friendship. That's just not where it's at for them right now. She mentions, of course, that she just finished shooting her video and they asked to see a clip. And she's like, yeah, y'all will see it. I'm going to show y'all. Y'all going to see it. While y'all on the bus is the perfect opportunity to see it. But, Mel and her antics. So we arrive at the surprise activity, which is slingshot driving. That is something I really want to try. Like, I know a lot of people that have them. I just have never personally driven one. But I am really into like fast cars and stuff like that. So, I would love to drive one. Like, that would have been a thrill of an activity for me. The dude comes out, he's giving them all the instructions and rules and ways to lose their deposit. And then they all kind of, they start to split up in couples. Martell starts making jokes about why they didn't book a 4-seater so that Mel and Destiny could ride together. And, he starts kind of joking with Mel that, you're not the best driver. And she's kind of like, that's not true. And Destiny jumps in to say, I'm so sorry, I would have to agree. You're really not. I don't know what she down there running over, but there seems to be some sort of consensus that you can't drive, baby. So they all load up. For some reason, Destiny puts her life in Mel's hands anyway, knowing that she's not the greatest driver. And they all take off. So they go riding through the streets of Vegas. They're taking in all the views. And they arrive at some ledge that has a beautiful view of the city, where they can take pictures of the sky view, of the cars, and different things like that. And this is where this episode goes completely left. Just off the damn ledge. Oh my God. So first, Tisha pulls Maurice aside. Tisha pulls Maurice aside after she tells them, all the activities she has planned for the weekend, about the guys doing their own thing and the girls doing their own thing. And she pulls Maurice aside to say, listen, Maurice and Marceau and Martell are together this weekend. And we're in Vegas, and these women in Vegas are eyeing guys. And so I need you to keep an eye on your brother. What in the all my man do is cheat hell are you talking about? Like, why? What? What? The women in Vegas eyeing him. First of all, everywhere y'all go, the women's out here is eyeing men's, and they wants my husband. Tisha. Girl, ain't nobody looking at Marceau like that. I'm so sorry. I am trying to tell you, your husband is out there fishing. Now, the thing is, you don't want to say that because y'all have this agreement that y'all are going to sweep everything under the rug in an effort to stay married. You really pulled this man aside to tell this man to watch your husband. He might be doing his own cheating for all you know. Like, get you a husband you can trust. Do that. Either get a husband you can trust, or if you gonna stay and you know the man is a cheater, let the man cheat in peace. Don't come disturbing everybody else's peace. But watch my husband, watch my husband, watch them women's, watch them women's. We don't have time for that. People trying to enjoy their own lives and their own vacation and their own money and do their own thing. And you want everybody to sit up and babysit your husband and his wee-wee. And we don't have time. Okay? Don't nobody want him. He wants everybody. Do not burden us with managing your marriage because you choose to stay in a marriage where you know this man cheats on you. Okay? If you gonna be with a man that you know is a cheater, do not burden us. Let him cheat in peace. Okay? And let us live in peace. Thank you. So after Tisha and Maurice have their powwow, Mel pulls Martell to the side for a powwow. Literally. So Mel says, hey, Martell, come, let me talk to you for a second. Say, so who has the kids this weekend anyway? And he said, my mom. I said, oh, didn't your mom have to work? Like, she took off. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, your mom. Well, I was shooting my video. Here Martell go. What video? That bullshit. Okay. What? So she's like, I was shooting my video and Brittany came by and I apologized to her on behalf of you and myself and he's like, who was Brittany and what you apologized for me? And she says, well, you know, for that, the way you attacked her on social media and, you know, this, that, and the third. And Martell starts to unravel. Martell said, remember, she was like, remember when you got on social media and went off about her keeping the kids? You said something about her being mentally unstable or something like that. And Martell said, I never said that. I never said this. I never said that. And she said, well, I said, or something like that. He said, well, don't lie on me. Next thing you know, it goes pow, wow, snap, crackle, and pop. Everything just explodes. He goes, well, ask me what I said. She, well, what did you say? Well, shut up! Well, what in the domestic violence hell is going on here? I don't understand. It just, and from there, it was just bottle rockets. Like, what is going on? Mel and Martell are that couple you can't take nowhere. And they ain't even a couple no more, and you still can't take them nowhere. They are going to ruin your trip every time. They're going to fight everywhere. That might be why neither one of them really drink like that. They are like that couple that get drunk, and they get drunk and ruin everybody's shit, and then they still together. The next day, everybody mad at one or the both of them. And they over there made up and we sure act a damn fool last night, didn't we? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So you can tell that when the shut the F ups started getting thrown around, it hit Martell. I ain't married no more. I don't have to participate in this argument. And he literally says, you know what? Shut the F up. You keep talking about your rinky-dink song, and I will. He got up and walked up. Martell called girl song rinky-dink. Martell needs help. And she lost it. She absolutely lost it. She goes off and, why do you keep calling me Beyonce? You've called me Beyonce all weekend. He said, because she sing and you sing. I have no clue why this is so funny to me. Oh, God. So Mel said, what is your problem? She keep trying to jump into Mel's face, and She said, I'm not calling you Tay Diggs, Morris Chestnut, nobody. So why do you keep calling me that? He's like, I told you, because she sing and you sing. And Martell said, this trip has been real good till you got here. And she, no, it wasn't. You stop lying. What's your problem? No, sis. You literally came here with an agenda to pick a fight. And that's what you did. And you made yourself look an absolute fool. This entire scene made me disinterested in reviewing this show. But this whole emboldened throw your rock and hide the hand act that is going on drives me up a wall. The fact that she thinks she can play aggressor and damsel in distress pisses me off. Okay? I'm not one of those women that go for the I'ma support whatever you doing just because you a woman. I'm going to make excuses for whatever you're doing just because you're a woman. And the way that she came in with an agenda to pick a fight and came after this man and attempted to make it look like he was the problem and he was the aggressor is top level manipulation. And I do not like manipulative individuals. I am not here for Mel and her act. Now the guys are trying to escort Martell away, trying to separate them, and she's literally following with the, why do you keep saying that to me? Why do you keep saying that to me? I'm not here for it. And Martell laid it out. He said, listen, you made a song about me. Of course I'm going to talk shit. Now, my thing is, that's to be expected. Do you have to, by the same way that you have every right to artistically express yourself and do whatever is cathartic for you, he has a right to express himself and feel however he feels about your expression that is in regard to him. Now, when Mel starts to screaming, my song ain't even about you. Okay, now, we are in the abyss of delusion. We are as deep in delusion as we can get and go. This is out of control. I cannot even deal because we are not dealing in reality anymore. It is out of hand. I mean, out of hand. The song ain't about him. Mel, they say a lie don't care who tell it. Don't let the lie use you. Because these are lies from the pits of hell. The song ain't about him. Now that they're in the midst of this argument, here Mel comes with, do y'all want to see a little clip of the video? Y'all want to see a clip of my video? She pulls the video out to further antagonize him. And Kimmy calls it exactly that. Kimmy tells her, you're kind of antagonizing him right now. And when Tisha has to step in and be the voice of reason, you know we are at the depths of delusion. Okay? Tisha said this shit is too much even for her. This is too much delusion, okay? Tisha said, Mel, give me the phone. And she, no. I'll look at the video. Just let me look at it over here because maybe it's not the best idea to show the video in front of him. So Mel gets upset. Why do y'all care about his feelings? Because Mel, you're not a puppeteer that gets to use everybody, control and manipulate situations in order to hurt feelings or get reactions you want. That's just not how this works. Okay? And what is happening is you're being called on your stuff and you're being held accountable, and you cannot handle that because you have rested on being the victim so long. But guess what? The gig is up. So Martell makes the point that he is very uncomfortable with the idea that his kids are singing these songs that Mel is writing about him. Mel is, splitting hairs and saying, well, They weren't the song that they were walking around the house singing, ain't this song, it's that song. It's my next hot song. It's a mess that needs a whole lot of counseling and two adults, and they don't have any of it. And Maurice kind of steps in at the end and says, you know, because it's really kind of divided now. You got the girls on one side and the guys on one side. And that's mainly just because they're trying to diffuse this situation. But Maurice is saying, like, listen, all he's saying is he's uncomfortable with his kids being exposed to this music, and he has every right to say that. And I agree with him. That's real, like, that's some real stuff. That, you know, that's something that needs to be kept out of his kids', you know, psyche. That why are they running around learning the lyrics to and singing songs that are negative songs written about their father? And I agree with that. Your kids cannot become pawns in your game. They just can't. They just can't. Like, parenthood is too much of a priority for you to lose sight of what is most important for your children in an effort to hurt your spouse or former spouse. Period. Period. But that whole scene was just one big CDV trigger, okay? So Mel decides she's going to leave. The ladies go over to talk to her, and she's like, you know, she doesn't want to hear anything about his position on the kids because she feels like it's a control mechanism that he brings up that we got four kids, that it's controlling, and it's not. What it is that Mel is so hurt, she's so angry, and she's so bitter by what she has experienced at the hands of Martell that she feels like he has no right to feelings. He has no right to an opinion, to a position, to want his feelings cared about. What her ultimate goal is, that I don't think she even realizes her ultimate goal is to hurt him the way that he's hurt her. And I'm here to tell you it's not going to happen. I don't care what you do. I don't care what lengths you go to. I don't care what videos you make, what songs you make, what you do or don't do to your hair, your body, your face. I don't care what man you get with. It's a futile effort to try to hurt him the way that he's hurt you. It's just a futile effort. I acknowledge how deeply Mel has been hurt by Martell. I understand, as a woman that has been hurt that deeply by a man. I get it. I get it. Which is why I can also say that you fighting a losing battle. And all you're going to do is further your own trauma by trying to hurt him. Like, the best way to hurt him is to gather up and move along. If Mel had been genuinely happy, peaceful, disinterested, disengaged from Martell, that would drive him nuts. It would drive him up a wall. If this woman were genuinely, could really just walk into a room, suck the air out of that room with real joy, with a real presence. And when she could be in the fullness of herself, in his presence, and not be moved by his presence, that's when you will hurt him the way that he's hurt you. Every other effort is futile. But Mel insists that the kids don't know that the songs are about their dad, that she just tells them the songs are about life experience, just life, when they ask. And so basically she's just not trying to hear anything about how he feels or anything from anybody who cares about how he feels. So she packs it up and takes her show on the road. Now, the funniest thing she said was, Martell is mad because I have a music career. Because I have a singing career. If we didn't learn anything else tonight, we learned that male is delusional. Let me tell you something. You know when I stopped getting mad about a person lying? When I realized that they lie to themselves too. When I realized that you will lie to you, I stopped getting mad about you lying to me. Okay, this person, oh, you ain't really lying for the sake of lying. You are living in delusion and you believe what you're saying. Okay. Duly noted. That is exactly what is going on here. So when Mel makes this comment about her having a singing career, I think the ladies realize that she is at a place that is beyond their reach of help, okay? And they let her drive right off on into the Vegas night to go be a Vegas showgirl with her singing career having self. And that is where the episode ends. And they preview us to next week's episode where they'll be fighting again. Like, I didn't know unmarried people fight this much, okay? Y'all ain't married to each other no more. Y'all still fighting this hard? Lord help. In the meantime, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all those things. I look forward to seeing y'all down in the comments. Maybe y'all saw more than I saw because this episode I was checked out. It was just, I was not here for it. I was not really feeling it. And so I might have run right on through this. So if y'all saw something I didn't see, please tell me. Okay? But, as usual, thank you for letting me get it off my chest. It's always good to see you down here. Until next time, love you, mean it. Bye.